Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about next application of Amperes Circuital Law, that is magnetic field intensity due to coaxial cable. Magnetic field intensity due to coaxial cable application. Consider a coaxial cable which is shown in figure. So this is the coaxial cable. The inner cylinder radius is small a meters and outer cylinder radius is small b meters. Inner conductor is a solid with a radius small a and it carries the direct current I amperes. The outer conductor is in the form of concentric cylinder. The outer conductor is in the form of two concentric cylinder whose inner radius is b meters and the outer radius is c meters. So the length of the coaxial cable is L and which is placed on the z-axis. The current I is uniformly distributed in the inner conductor while minus I current is uniformly distributed in the outer conductor. So this is the figure of the coaxial cable and the inner conductor radius is a meter and the outer conductor is arranged in the form of the two concentric cylinders. In that outer conductor of the inner one radius is v meters and outer conductor of the outer one is c meters. And I is the uniformly distributed current and the inner conductor carries I and outer conductor uniformly distribute minus I amperes. So now here we can determine magnetic field intensity in different cases. So consider the closed path or Amperean path. So we can determine magnetic field intensity. When you are applying the Amperes circuital law, we must consider Amperean path. The Amperean path radius is smaller meters. The magnetic field intensity can be determined in different cases. Consider the Amperean path inside the inner conductor, that is one case, and consider the Amperean path between inner conductor and outer conductor, that is second case, and consider the Amperean path between. Now here the outer conductor is arranged in the form of the two concentric cylinders. So consider the Amperean path between B and C, that is another case. And the fourth case is consider the closed path or Amperean path outside of the outer conductor. So these four cases we can determine magnetic field intensity due to a coaxial cable. And first consider the Amperean path or closed path inside the inner conductor. And smaller is the Amperean path or closed path radius. The space between inner conductor and outer conductor is filled with dielectric material. So now first case is consider the Amperean path inside the inner conductor and which is R less than A. Small r is the radius of the closed path or Amperean path and small a is the radius of the inner conductor. So now here the Amperean path is considered inside the inner conductor, that is R less than A. Hence it encloses only the part of the conductor that is shown in figure. The area of cross section is enclosed is pi r square. The total current flowing is I through the area is pi a square. Hence, the total current enclosed by the closed path is I1 is equal cross section area of the enclosed pi r square is the cross section area of the enclosed and pi a square is the current flowing in the area. So that is I1 is equal. So now here the enclosed current. So according to the Amperes Circuital Law, closed line integral of h bar dot dl bar is equal to I enclosed. Now here in this case that enclosed current is considered as I1. So therefore the enclosed current I1 is equal pi r square by pi a square into I. So numerator and denominator pi is cancelled, that is equal r square by a square is equal to I. Hence, h bar is only in a pi by direction. Now here the Ampere path is considered inside the cylinder. The point P is considered at any point on the Ampere path. At that point P, consider the differential length dl bar. At that point P, the direction of the differential length and the magnetic field intensity is always moving in tangential direction, that is a pi bar direction. So therefore, the magnetic field intensity at point P is h bar is equal h pi into a pi bar, and the differential length dl bar is equal r d pi into a pi bar. In cylindrical coordinate system, what is the differential vector length? dl bar is equal r dr into ar bar, dr into ar bar plus r d pi into a pi bar plus dz into az bar. Now here at the point P on the Ampere path at any point on the Ampere path, the differential vector length is moving varying a pi bar direction. So that is dl bar is equal r d pi into a pi bar. So now take the dot product of h bar dot dl bar. So h bar is h pi a pi bar dot r into d pi into a pi bar. We know that a pi bar dot a pi bar is 1, that is equal to h pi r into d pi. So according to Amperes Circuital Law, closed line integral of h bar dot dl bar is equal to I. So now here in this case, the enclosed current is considered as I1. And substitute h bar dot dl bar and I1 value into here, we get closed integral of, so over the Ampere path, the pi is varies from 0 to 2 pi, integral pi is equal to 0 to 2 pi, h bar dot dl bar is h pi r d pi is equal I1, so I1 is equal to r square by a square into I. So integrating with respect to pi, h pi r is constant, that is written before integration. Integral 1 d pi is pi, integral 1 d pi is pi over 0 to 2 pi. So now substitute upper value and lower value of pi, we get the LHS term is h pi r into 2 pi is equal, RHS term is r square by a square into I. So that is equal, on both sides, small r is the cancel, we get h pi is equal to IR by 2 pi a square. And substitute this h pi value into h bar is equal h pi into a pi bar expression. We get the magnetic field intensity h bar is equal IR by 2 pi a square into a pi bar, where a is the radius of the inner conductor and smaller is the radius of the Ampere path. And this is the case 1, that is r less than a case. And second case, consider the Ampere path between, now here in this cable, the outer conductor radius, the outer conductor is arranged in the form of the two concentric cylinders. The outer conductor is arranged in the form of the and this is the outer conductor. This outer conductor is arranged and this is outer conductor and this is outer conductor. Here this outer conductor is arranged in the form of two concentric cylinders. In these two concentric cylinders, inner radius is b meters and outer radius is b meter. So now consider the Ampere path between B and C. Consider the Ampere path between B and C. So that is, so consider the ampere and path between B and C. Now, small r is the radius of the ampere and path. So now what is the condition? B less than R less than C. So that is B less than R less than C. The current enclosed by the closed path is only the part of the current minus I in the outer conductor. The total current minus I is flowing through the cross section is pi C square minus pi B square. And the closed path encloses the cross section is pi R square minus pi B square. And outer conductor carries minus I. Minus I is uniformly distributed current in the outer conductor, and I is the current that is uniformly distributed in the inner conductor. And the current minus I is flowing through the cross section area is pi C square minus pi B square, and the closed path encloses the cross section area is pi R square minus pi B square. Hence, the total current enclosed by the closed path of the outer conductor is. So in this case, the outer conductor is considered as I1. I1 is the outer conductor current is considered as I enclosed. I enclosed current is equal to I1 plus I2. I1 plus I2, and the current I1 is pi R square minus pi B square is closed path encloses cross section area by, and current minus I flowing through the cross section area, that is pi SC square minus pi B square into, and the outer conductor carries minus I current into minus I. So I1 is equal pi R square minus pi B square by pi C square minus pi B square into minus I. So that is equal, numerator and denominator pi is cancelled, minus of R square minus B square by C square minus B square into IA. So that is the current I1. Next, calculate the another current. The closed path also encloses the inner conductor. So the ampere and now here the ampere and path is considered between B and C, and that closed path or ampere and path also encloses the inner conductor, and the inner conductor carries plus I current distribution. The I current is uniformly distributed in the inner conductor. So that closed path is also encloses the inner conductor. So because of that, the current I flowing through the inner conductor is I2 is equal to I. Therefore, the total current enclosed is the total current enclosed is the total current enclosed is I enclosed is equal to I1 plus I2, and substitute I1 and I2 here, we get the enclosed current in this case minus of R square minus B square by C square minus B square into I plus I. On RHS side, both the terms current I is common, I into 1 minus of R square minus B square by C square minus B square. So take the LCM in the denominator, we get enclosed current is I into C square minus R square by C square minus B square. According to Amperes Circuital Law, okay, now here the ampere and path is considered between B and C. The point P is considered at any point on the ampere and path. At that point P, consider the differential length dl bar. At that point P, the direction of the differential length and the magnetic field intensity is varying in a pi bar direction. That is a pi bar direction. So therefore, the magnetic field intensity H bar is equal h pi into a pi bar and dl bar is equal r d pi into a pi bar. So now take the dot product of h bar dot dl bar. H bar is h pi into a pi bar and dl bar is r d pi into a pi bar. So we get h pi r into d pi. According to Amperes circuital law, closed line integral of h bar dot dl bar is equal, and substitute h bar dot dl bar and enclosure current values in this equation. We get h pi r d pi, closed line integral of h by r d pi is equal to enclosure current. So over the ampere and path or the closed path, pi is varies from 0 to 2 pi. H pi r d pi is equal, enclosure current in this case is I into c square minus r square by c square minus b square. So integrating on LHS side, integral 1 d pi over 0 to 2 pi. When you applying upper value of pi and lower value of pi, we get LHS term is h pi r into 2 pi is equal RHS term. So that is equal, h pi is equal I by 2 pi r into c square minus r square by c square minus b square. And substitute this h pi value into this equation. We get the magnetic field intensity h bar is equal I by 2 pi r into c square minus r square by c square minus b square into a pi bar. So in this case, this is the magnetic field intensity between B and C. And next third case is, consider the Ampere path between inner conductor and outer conductor. And outer conductor radius is B meters and inner conductor radius is A meters. Now consider the Ampere path between inner conductor and outer conductor. So that is A less than R less than B. So now here the inner conductor carrying the direct current I ampere and the outer conductor carries the direct current minus I, and that coaxial cable or the conductor is placed along the z axis. So in this case, the inner conductor is considered as a infinitely long straight conductor. Hence, the magnetic field intensity due to the infinite long straight conductor is h bar is equal I by 2 pi r into a pi bar. And this is inner conductor and this is outer conductor. Consider the Ampere path between A and C. So at any point on the Ampere path, consider point P on the Ampere path. At that point P, due to the inner conductor is considered as a infinite conductor, the magnetic field intensity due to the infinite straight conductor is h bar is equal to I by 2 pi r into a pi bar. Next case is, consider the Ampere path outside of the outer conductor. So that is R greater than C. C is the outer conductor radius and R is the Ampere path radius. Now here that Ampere path is considered outside the outer conductor, that is R greater than C, such that it encloses both the current, and inner conductor carries direct current I amperes and the outer conductor carries current minus I amperes, that both the conductors are encloses the closed path. So therefore, the total enclosed current is plus I minus I. So therefore, plus I minus I is 0. So according to the Amperes circuital law, there is no current enclosed by the closed path and the magnetic field intensity h bar is equal to 0.